The girl met her husband, who was in a vegetative state, for the first time and was instantly captivated by his stunning looks. To show off, she picked up her phone and took a picture of him, but felt it was too monotonous. So she took out her lipstick and painted his face like a clown's. However, she didn't notice the CEO's fingers suddenly twitch. Then, her gaze was drawn to the wedding gifts at the foot of the bed, unaware that her husband had been watching her the entire time. The girl excitedly looked at the room full of gold, jewels, and valuables her mother-in-law had gifted her, eager to start her life as a wealthy wife. Just as she criticized a porcelain vase for being ugly, a voice behind her suddenly said, "It's worth 10 million. The shock caused the girl to let the vase slip to the ground. The girl's screams quickly drew her mother-in-law into the room. Seeing her son finally awake, the mother-in-law burst into tears of joy, but looked puzzled at the lipstick marks on the CEO's face. The girl hurriedly explained that she read online that applying lipstick helps with faster recovery. The delighted mother-in-law credited all the success to the girl. Upon hearing this, the CEO became furious and sat straight up in bed. However, upon learning she was his wife, the CEO immediately wanted a divorce. Yet, the girl showed not a trace of disappointment. She candidly revealed her background. Originally, the girl's family had 2 daughters. To favor the child born of his mistress, the father had demanded the girl marry in place of her younger sister to the CEO, who was a vegetable. To preserve the only heirloom left by her mother, the girl was forced into the marriage. But the mother-in-law, after hearing the truth, not only didn't fly into a rage, but became even happier, because she had always despised the mistress's child and hadn't expected the girl to end up married by mistake. At that moment, a doctor arrived to examine the man. Upon learning he was almost fully recovered, the CEO immediately stated that his recovery had nothing to do with the girl and refused to accept the arranged marriage. Just as the mother-in-law was about to scold him, the girl also said she didn't want the marriage either, and then turned and left nonchalantly. Watching her retreating figure, the mother-in-law immediately ordered her son, "If you don't win back such a good wife, don't come back either." But the CEO was unwilling to compromise. To prove how strong his body was, he insisted on getting out of bed to demonstrate, but as soon as he got down, he fainted again. When he opened his eyes for the second time, he couldn't help but find himself locked in an awkward gaze with the girl.